Heartbeat barely there, warm hands cold as stare. Her body so still, with looks that could kill. Walk past the devil traps, you'll feel her pull inside. The words in her eyes fall deaf to the blood. Inside, the secrets you'd find, the secrets you'd find. Caught in desire, set up like a tripwire. You step in, she got you tight, trip wire. She's got you locked inside. You feel her come alive. Her body's so still now. She goes for the kill now. Caught in desire, set up like a tripwire. When you step in, she got you tight, trip wire. Trip wire.
seesaw till we are in free fall, always up and down. Today we're making pasta.
This video on First Updates Now is made possible by viewers like you and also the following sponsors. At Kettering University, over 30% of the student population was in high school robotics. These same students have received a portion of over $7 million in scholarships. Scholarship applications for FIRST students are now available. Get more information at kettering.edu/first. If your team is using SolidWorks, make sure you log into the 3D Experience platform to gain access to tutorials, collaborate with other users, and download the ChargeUp field and kit up parts. Go to solidworks.com/first and click on Log into 3D Experience platform to gain access. The Charged Up competition season is here. We have a ton of live Twitch and YouTube content coming to you. All of our uploads and archives, including shows, behind the bumpers, Finalysis, and more, are available at youtube.com/firstupdatesnow. Check out all of our FRC live shows, including FRC Recap and FRC Roundup on Mondays, and the FRC Top 25 on Tuesdays at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow. All live shows are archived to YouTube.
This robot that came out of Botbusters 4635, we were actually discussing while the video was playing how like awesome video that they put together, and we were reminiscing about last year premiere night. They put out a pretty cool video, and it was really cool to see their workspace. But this robot looks really awesome. I was definitely excited to see that they put together a great video again this year. Let me pull up my notes. Sorry. I was thinking about how it must be really nice and warm there too, because it's really cold here. I really like their unique like gear drive instead of a chain sprocket on the bottom of that arm. It just looks really mean, and I think it probably is going to be a lot more efficient than some of the other arms that we're seeing. But I mean, that's the first kind of like gear drive that I've seen like that. So I'm excited to see them compete this year. We had a pretty diverse group of looking robots in this group coming in from New Hampshire. I got to see this robot in person week 0 event with Tyler this year. They were actually the winners of the week 0 event, but they have a suction end effector, which Tyler got to do a really great behind the bumpers on, and we got to see it. It's pretty effective when it was working over at week 0, and they have a really low center of gravity. This team is really notorious for playing really great defense and really rounding out a solid alliance, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that, especially, I mean, just seeing it zip around the field on this video and then seeing it in person. It's going to be a pretty good team to watch in New England this year, and they're going to be competing, I think, week 1 up in Granite State, perhaps? No, not Granite State. It's not week 1. But they're going to be competing North Shore and I think UNH.
No, Granite State and North Shore, yep.
Granite State and North Shore. Awesome. And then another New England team that we saw coming in after them was another team that was at week 0, Team 1768. So was surprised to say or hear Tyler say that like he hadn't really heard much about this team. They've been really developing a great name for themselves over the last few years. Really solid robots, and this one is really no different than the past. They've got a really sweet swerve drive like a lot of other teams, but their intake worked really well at week 0. Seems like they've really dialed in some great autonomous, and they've got that great extendo pink arm there. It's just a great looking robot. I mean, I'm a huge fan of black bumpers. Sadly, we can't use them in real life, but another great looking robot out of this team. I'm excited to see them in person week 1. We'll be competing on my team against them, or hopefully with them, at Southeast Mass. And then I think they're going to be hitting the field again week 3 and possibly again some other time. And then,
Christine, I just want to chime. We did also film behind the bumpers with this team as well too, so that should be on the next few days if you want to get a little bit more about this team. By the way, thanks for the private conversation call out there. That I wasn't too aware of this team. So.
And I'm pretty sure you gave them, among other teams, like the fun kiss of death when you're like, I'm gonna go film this match for them.
Oh, that might have
so
been
I'm glad
true.
you actually got a good behind the bumpers and stuff. So the next team that we had up was a pretty young one. I was trying to figure out like when this team's rookie year was, because it's pretty wild to see an 8,000 team with a swerve drive. I think that's one of the, I was telling like everybody on this call that that's one of the cool things about like, you know, Rev and West Coast products really coming out with these swerve packages, because you have a, you know, second or even a rookie team that can do a swerve drive. And I mean, young team, their swerve drive looks pretty solid. They got up on the ramp. or sorry, on the charge station. We were discussing the correct terminology of that, but they're looking pretty good. Next team that we have up, Tyler, you want to talk about Spectre Robotics?
Yeah, just a second-year team coming out. I'm always a fan of drone shots, by the way. I said, I mean, more focus on some of the cinematography here. Well done for a second-year team, both in the video and the robot as well, too. So, by the way, one thing I want to point out in this team is that I think when teams show like pictures and stuff, this team does it right. There's some teams where they just show just a static picture. This team does a great job right here. You just kind of see how they can kind of do that little punt, that wide shot with those as they zoom out of pictures. So I actually really like how they did that slideshow there. So nice job with them. Robot looks pretty darn good too, especially for a second-year team. And can't wait to see how 8753 performs at their events. So good luck to them. Next up, we have Ross Robotics 3201 coming in. Interesting chip intro. I'll take it. I do like the pocketing, by the way, on their drive base as well too. The arm does look a little complex to me, and they do have a similar intake to what we saw with the R3D Redux team as well too. But I'm looking to see how this team can get more and more tuned, and wish them the best in their first events. By the way, just apologies because I didn't put Team Scream and Team Scream Junior together, but Team Scream Junior had a really awesome video, especially for being, they might be called a junior team, but honestly, I think this robot looks pretty sweet. I love the shooting cubes that they have on there. Looking forward to pretty quick cycle times for this robot as well. It's a short video, but the music and the shots are both really engaging. So nice job to Team Scream Junior 4766. Last up, one of my favorite teams. I've had my eye on this team for a long time. 4499 Highlanders. Absolutely great videography with this robot. Nice shots, wide shots, tight shots, a good variety all the way through. So I'm really excited for that. Good beat and a good music choice too. This team needs a win, guys. I don't know if you know, this team had 4 finalist awards last year, 3 at their regionals and 1 at championships for it. So this team needs an official season win, and they are due. I think this will be the year that we see that as well too. So a great job to 4499, and congratulations on a great video. Big kudos to your to the people that made this video. What a great look that they have. This video on First Updates Now is made possible by viewers like you and also the following sponsors. If your team is using SolidWorks, make sure you log into the 3D Experience platform to gain access to tutorials, collaborate with other users, and download the charge up field and kit up parts. Go to solidworks.com/first and click on Log into 3D Experience platform to gain access. At Kettering University, over 30% of the student population was in high school robotics. These same students have received a portion of over $7 million in scholarships. Scholarship applications for FIRST students are now available. Get more information at kettering.edu/first. If you want to join us for future fun streams, don't forget to click that follow button and turn on notifications so you know when we're live. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. View archives and unique content at youtube.com/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.